Good afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is well. My name is Tabriz from the Amateur Football YouTube channel. And you know what? This is, I would say, a bit of an ad hoc show. But you know what? I'm actually glad this is happening. Lambeth All Stars versus SE Dons. Again, you know, let me kind of say from the start, probably one of like the best two teams in the UK. And I am happy to have Jordan, who's a super fan for the SE Dons. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man. All good, all good.
And I have Jamix, who's a former Lambeth player, one of like the four founders within the club, and someone who reps Lambeth through and through. How you doing, sir?
Hello.
So again, this is a show for you guys. So if there's any questions, please fire them in the comments. And again, we will literally try our hardest to answer them. So you know what, let me take it from the start. So Lambeth All Stars versus SE Dons. The game is happening tomorrow. It's at King's College on Road Park, 10:30. Let me just say right now, we are kind of still under this kind of guidelines regarding turning up to like games. So like, please respect both teams. And again, respect the premises, respect the area. Let's just enjoy the content when it actually comes out. And again, Lambeth, like All Stars, have literally joined the Orpington and Bromley League, and SE Dons have kind of been now with Orpington and Bromley for like a few years. So again, this is a fierce rivalry. And you know what? I'm gonna start with you, Jamix. Like, what's kind of your opinion, or kind of literally, what's your feeling overall about the Dons?
I think they're an excellent side, a very good team. I've got a lot of respect for them. They've done a lot for Sunday League football. They've kind of like taken major steps in putting it on the map. They're one of the front runners in getting it to where it is today. However, I feel like people have overlooked Lambeth in the past simply because we never had the social media backing. But in truth, we've been winning stuff forever. We've always been dominating in the Sunday League. So, it was just a bit strange when people was talking like, who's Lambeth, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I've never written off the Dons, and I do respect them as a team. Definitely, I think they've done a lot. And I think as players and as a team, they've got a very good setup, very good squad, very, very good setup. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nothing bad to say about them.
Cool. And Jordan, what do you think of Lambeth?
Like a few of their players, chat to quite a few of their players, good guys. Like Jamix was saying, like when they've come onto the scene in terms of starting to make YouTube content, people have kind of been made aware of them more. But when they've come across, when I heard Winch made the team and kind of looking, I realized that Lambeth is like back, like they've been playing for years, been winning stuff for years, but there's like this whole new kind of like a reincarnation, let's say, of Lambeth, where it's a newer side. When just brought in new players, they've obviously was in the Met League, moved to the Orpington League, and they become more prominent on social media, doing bits on the pitch as well. So I can't knock it.
Cool. And actually, Jamix, I want to kind of ask you a question. So from Lambeth moving from the Met League to the Orpington and Bromley, do you think they literally had to make that change to actually prove to everyone, look, like we are like the best team around? And again, no disrespect to the Met League, but the Orpington and Bromley League right now, with literally the kind of caliber of teams and players, that's the league that they had to be in, right?
From a long time, I always said we need to have the best teams in one league. It doesn't make sense you dominate in your league, them dominate their league, everyone thinks they're the best. Put everyone in one league and we will see who's the best. That's what, from a long time, that's what should have been done.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Cool. And again, thank you for everyone that's kind of tuning in. Please go and put your questions in the comment box, and you know what, Jamix and Jordan will literally answer them truthfully.
Yeah.
So you know what, Jordan, let's kind of start with you. Can you kind of name like a few key like players for like the Dons, and literally exactly where like do you think those key players can actually hurt Lambeth?
Yeah, cool. So first two, obviously, going for Zach and Big G in goal. I think just before you even talk about performances on the pitch, like the way Big G inspires teammates, like he can uplift the changing room is nuts, and that was missed from the last game. Big miss from the last game. Like when people found out he was going to be missing, it was kind of attention turned straight away to like, oh, he's not going to play against Lambeth. What difference is that going to make? But he's there on the sideline, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same than when you're on the pitch. People turn around, even if they've made a mistake or whatever, they turn around, CG behind them. It's like, do you know what? I trust my keeper to perhaps get me out of that trouble I might have put myself in. So he's big miss on the pitch, but it's good to have him back. Zach, say clinical striker, probably if you're playing him in a two, in a dream team or at a 1 to 11, he's absolutely one of the two strikers. Unreal player.
Okay. And Jamik, same question to you.
What, regarding Lambeth, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, like I said, I've played on the side with a few of these guys that's playing now, and amazing players. So I've always got a little bit of extra love for people like Cads and Azar, you know what I'm saying? Because we played in the same team, and I've seen Cads from a little kid barely kicking ball in Dulwich Hamlet. You know what I mean? So I've watched him grow into the player that he's amazing. I think like those two players, just those two, I'm not even mentioning the rest yet. Those two players are game changers in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna stick on you, Jamix. Jordan briefly spoke about Big G being like missing when kind of Lambeth, let's say, whitewashed SC Dons 3-0. I mean, again, like that literally was a huge statement, not kind of only to SC Dons, but of course to like the rest of the like internet community. But like you like knew, because like we've like spoken even kind of literally outside of this, like you like knew that Lambeth were literally going to win that game. Can you kind of talk about why you thought Lambeth was actually going to win? Yeah, you actually called it.
Do you know what it was? Yeah, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I felt like we want to get this game for so long. When SC Dons came out with all the hype and everyone was screaming their name, we was like, huh? That man ain't won trophies. Like, oh, you're gonna get me. So we were trying to get this. We could never get this game done. So eventually, like my age group kind of retired now, and these new lots kicked in. Listen, the game was on, and I said to myself, you know what? I've seen these youngsters. I know some of them personally, and these guys are ballers, and I have every faith in them. You see what I'm saying? And because the game has so much meaning, I knew they was going to turn up. Because, sometimes you can play a team that's not that good and your performance isn't that good. Sometimes you play against your opponent sometimes, which is a bad thing in some situations. Get me? But I knew that they was going to raise it for that game, 100%. It's a big game.
And Jordan, hey, like, do you think that SC Dons have a better squad than Lambeth?
Than Lambeth now?
Yeah.
From the in terms of if I put it at 18, I'd say it's quite even. Going off if we're talking about the squad if we had the squad now, in terms of let's say 18 that to then play them in the last game, I think it would have been. I think we probably would have won it, because I believe that if we look at like all we missed was Dino was a long-term injury for us, so I won't particularly count him in that game in terms of missing him. But we had George, and I think there was maybe one other defender that was out. But it was 3 players that all of a sudden was like, oh wow, we might be in a bit of trouble here. But now you could go through the 11, 3 of them drop out, we bring 3, and then it don't really phase them like that. So I think the squad we have now stands a much better chance than the last time we played.
Okay, cool. And mental health, less like talk. Thank you for kind of tuning in. And he's literally got a question. Both of you, who would you start in tomorrow's game? Starting 11. Let's start with, you know what? Let's kind of start with the like guests, the literally away team. So Jordan.
Cool. Starting 11. So I would have George in goal, right back Malachi, centre back Joe Denny, Ryan Johnson, and SK. Left, I would go Aziz, 2 in the middle, lefty Monts, K runner Zach, and Ryan Palmer on the right.
Okay. And Jamex, we're starting 11 for Lambeth.
You put anyone
Can you?
else with them? There's certain players that just have to be in the team, and once they're in there, I'm fully Lambeth winning. The lady, isn't it?
We can't hear you, Jamex. Can you like name your like starting 11?
Mad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can hear you. So you're starting 11.
Sorry, man. This reception is terrible, bro. I don't know about the full 11. I only want to see about 5 players, and then you can fill the gaps with anyone else because the squad's that good. So I think once we've got, I'd say Lex, Z, I'm happy to see them in centre back. I want to see Gondo. I want to see Ham. I want to see Cads. I want to see free kicks. You lot don't do it. But yeah,
good player, man.
Once you got the main man them in there, we're good. Good. Squad's too good.
Okay. And James Osborne has literally come in. If you could pick one player from each of his team for your starting 11, who would it be? And Jordan, I'll start with you.
One player. I don't know. I did pick him to start though. Like, cause I know the question says 11, but then that's like me. I'm picking someone, take a place of someone in the Dons team. I can't do that. I'll say to join and then to come on somewhere as a sub.
Oh wow!
I have to do that. I can't pick a player to start over a Dons player. I like Alex, centre back, Penfold. Like him, good player. I'd say Cads or Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jamex.
Good choices.
Yeah.
Jamex, same like question to you.
This reception is mad. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My reception. Sorry, I can't hear you, lot, man. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. We can hear you. Like the kind of question is, if there's one like player. Yeah. We can hear you. Hello.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you're
cutting
asking the
in.
same question that you just asked.
Yeah. So which
I
one
really
like player
respect
would
Zach, and I've been trying to tell.
what's that, Jam?
Who's
This
that, Zach?
delay is terrible. This delay is terrible. I was saying I would take Zach, but I'm not replacing players.
Okay, you
But
would like
I'll
take
definitely
that.
take Zach.
Okay, well, you know what, guys? I just hope that Lambeth isn't going to be as jittery as James's internet right now, because honestly, it's not on. 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 I will tell you that right now.
I'm telling you, my internet is terrible.
Okay, if like you could log off and then literally log back in. Yeah.
Does it any better?
Little bit, yeah.
So
Is this any better?
yeah, a little bit better. A little bit better. A little bit better. So literally, mental health has just said, both of you have been sitting on the fence.
No, what with the last question?
Yeah.
It's. Do you know what? It's not like. It's not necessarily sitting on the fence. Yeah, it's like you name if you ask to name a mixed team, you can do that. But I feel even the day before a game, I think that's disrespectful to the people, like the ones that are actually playing. To say because there's always been talk about Sunday League 1 to 11, who gets in, blah blah blah. It's like I'm coming, I'll go to a game tomorrow and look and ask a guy to give 100% on that pitch, knowing that I didn't pick him or that I chose someone from Lambeth over him, and he's supposed to go up against that guy. So I think that's why I say, if you talk about one player that if you was like one player that you rate, or whoever's Lambeth's best player, that's a better way to look at it, rather than who would I pick, because then it's just a straight replacement. Like if I said, oh cool, I'll pick Winge. Don's are only playing with one striker, so I'm choosing Winge over Zach, but I'm asking Zach to go and score the winner. So I think you have to believe in the people that are going to take to the pitch.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And FA Carr said that's deep, Jordan. 100%. So Jordan's saying that every single player from Dons is better than every single player from last. But you know what? You've literally explained yourself.
That's literally what I was just saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jam, can you like hear us?
He has to rep the Dons, innit? That's what he has to do.
Yeah.
Of course.
I can hear you, yeah.
Cool. And I think with kind of Lambeth winning the London Challenge Cup, for you, Jamix, that kind of literally says that Lambeth are like the best team in London, right?
A big statement.
Jam?
Audio keeps cutting out.
Yeah. Can you? So what I said is,
it's terrible. What's going on?
If you
it's still the same.
You know what? Try literally try kind of using your kind of 4G rather than like the Wi-Fi. And Ray has just said, wow, mate, Jamex, please pay your bill in pounds, not in Bayesian dollars. Oh dear me. Oh gosh. Jam, I think like the best thing for like you to do is
I've just turned off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and literally log onto your 4G.
That's better, yeah?
That's better actually.
4G now, so there's no excuses.
So
the area, I think,
So literally what I said, Jam, with kind of Lambeth winning the London Challenge Cup, that literally proves that they are the best team in London, right?
I believe that's a big statement. Of course, by winning that, you've proven you've beaten the best, and you are deservedly the best team at that time for sure. But it's about consistency and about continuing to win. Let's win it again.
And do you think Lambeth have the consistency to actually win the Upperton and Bromley League?
I think they have, personally, and I've been seeing what's been going on. They're looking quite strong, like strong contenders.
Okay, cool. And I think, Jordan, your like statement has literally kind of rubbed up. Well, I won't say rubbed people up like the wrong way, but hey, like, you know, people are saying regardless of the team, there's some players who are better than others. So
yeah, there's players. That's why, like, you highlighted the one before that came in just after that I had finished. It's not about like it's not about who's okay, position for position, who's better, because we're not being asked to name like a 1 to 11. We're saying, oh, who would you take from the other team? It's like I picked players I highlighted. If you want to go to the ones that talk, Penny at centre back, Cads and Hamilton. If to go back to the question, and I'll take one of those.
Okay, cool. So let's go straight to the next point. Where do you think the game's going to be won? Jordan, where is it going to be won for SC Dons?
For SC Dons, defensively, that's the forget Zach and Nathan and whoever's going to be putting the goals in. So if you look at the last performance defensively, it just wasn't good enough. You need to be just tough in the tackles. Make sure everyone's in tune. Supporting the defenders, supporting each other. If mistakes get made, because regardless of how many fans are going to be there or not, it's going to be hostile. You can't be losing your concentration in defense, because they've got players that will punish us.
Mm-hmm. And Jam?
I think that it's all about whoever can dominate the midfield and take their chances. Because look, let's be honest, we can go back and forth all day, but we're talking about two very good footballing sides. Yeah. So whoever dominates that midfield and takes the chances they get, they will win the game.
Yeah. And I would love to get your opinion, both of them, both of you. Do you think it's either going to be Dons or Lambeth? Do you think someone's really got to try and make the game scrappy for the kind of opposition not to play a certain way, or do you think it's really just going to be like the purest kind of process of football in terms of just kind of passing it and just let's see who can outmaneuver the opposition? And Jordan, I'll kind of let you answer first.
Yeah. It doesn't need to get into a physical game. Both teams can play football well enough to the point where it can be won tactically, rather than this tactic's not working, so I'm gonna have to stick a leg in on him, or I'm gonna have to give him a late challenge. Like it will be physical anyway, because the way the competition is, and the way everyone wants to win, like the determination to win, it's gonna get physical, but it doesn't need to go. It's not gonna go over the top physical. It doesn't need to, because both teams are good enough. They can play football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like Jam, I think I kind of know you as a very tough and aggressive tackler. Is that something that's kind of needed on the kind of Lambeth team?
I'm a defender, and defenders should be like that. That's nothing. But like Jordan said, they can both play football very well. And Lambeth, for over the years, have always been a target to the rough stuff that people always wanted to kick us, because we always wanted to play football. So, yeah, I mean, I think it spoils the game, and I think we can have a better game if both teams turn up and try to play football.
Yeah, cool. And score predictions. Jam, I will start with you. Score predictions, man.
I think it'll be a bit closer this time than the last game because the Dons have got to try and get some respect back. But I'm still going with a Lambeth win, either a 1-0 or a 2-1.
Sorry, what was that? Either like a 1-0 or 3-1?
2-1 or 1-0.
Okay, 2-1 or 1-0. And Jordan?
Go 2-1 Dons. 2-1 win.
Okay, so both of you think it's going to be a very, very close fair. Could be, could be even cagey. Like it could be one of like those games where like a kind of almost like a Chelsea United or like Liverpool. United, like the build-up so big, but then it's just going to come down to just one goal or something. It's not going to be like
it will be. It will be like it will be close, but like I say, there's been times where those Chelsea United games have turned out to be 0-0s. Like I don't think these players will allow it to be a 0-0 or a boring 0-0 at that. Like if it's 0-0, it's because we've cancelled them out, they cancelled us out. It won't be because anyone's played bad and strikers can't hit the target. It's gonna be it will be a close game. It will be entertaining.
Yeah, cool. All right, so someone said to Bruce, what do I okay, so someone said to me, to Bruce, what do I think? And don't sit on the fence. I think oh wow. I think it's gonna be a very cagey affair. I think whoever wins tomorrow will be in pole position for the title, and there's going to be probably a few other teams that may kind of have like their say. Score predictions. I think it's going to be a low score. I think it's going to be, you know what? I can really think it's going to be 1-0. And I think that goal. I think that goal is going to come from Lambeth. I think it's going to be 1-0 Lambeth. I think.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I listen. Literally, I kind of know what the kind of Dons are doing, and again, they are kind of making crazy headways and literally kind of creating opportunities for like a lot of people, but also as well, I think without having a crowd there, it's kind of like the Liverpool effect. Like the Dons feed off the crowd, and without having 200, 300 fans, I think that's gonna suit Lambeth more. And again, hey, Lambeth, actually both like teams have kind of gold dust, but I just think, especially Lambeth beating them before, I think that's going to be a psychological, win for like Lambeth, and literally I think Lambeth have just kind of got that over them. So, literally I'm going to say 1-0 Lambeth. And Paul has kind of come in and said, big up, big player like Jamex, and mental health. Dons have to win after the last two results.
Bless you.
And and I'm sorry, Dons and Jordan. Hey,
we would have. Even if the results, even if we had won the last two games, we still would have needed like from the start of the season. A lot of people said it's either Dons or Lambeth to win the league. So regardless of what happened in the last two games, we needed to take points off them, and that still hasn't changed. No matter what the last two results are, we still need to take points off them.
Yeah, 100%. And again, let's not forget, there's Kamazi, who are kind of still like the current champions, and literally they will have something.
Yeah,
you say as well. So again, whoever wins this game, yes, will be in pole position. But as I said before, Kamazi will definitely have a big say. So we can't look past them. And again, please state your case. why do you think either Lambeth or SC Dons are like the best team either in London or UK? And you know what, Jam, I will start with you first.
Sorry, my connection is terrible.
Did
You hear me?
did you hear my question, Jam? Okay.
Not fully. It was cutting out.
So
I heard something about state market.
Yeah. So literally, please state your case why Lambeth All Stars are the best grassroots team in London or in the UK.
Well, I think with a claim for the London part. I don't know about the UK. We have to go and face some of these teams from Manchester's and Liverpool's and all these that up north teams. You know, that team you used to play for. But yeah, they're definitely one of the best if they ain't the best. But I mean, there's only like 2 or 3 teams that can really make those kind of claims, and the 2 of those teams are playing tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. And like Jordan.
Yeah, I think on the day, the 11 players you take to the pitch, they're going to believe that they're the best in their position. They're the best collective. Just that they're the best collective in the league. I say tomorrow there's a chance to show that by beating Lambeth. In terms of London, by definition, you have to win the London Cup. But like I say, on our day, in terms of an 11, we believe we could beat anyone. Then hopefully next season, COVID permitting, you can go tackle the nationals and then just prove to people that in terms of turning up on a big occasion, on a big game, that they can beat the teams from Liverpool, that they can beat the teams from Manchester, Newcastle, all the teams that historically have done well in the nationals, that Dons can turn up and beat those same teams.
Yeah, love that. Guys, thank you so much for this ad hoc show. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in, and thank you to all of the comments. And again, Lambeth versus SC Dons tomorrow at 10:30. I've said exactly where it is, even though there's fans are not really permitted there. But hey, you know what? It's going to be a great occasion. And again,
definitely.
Shall I tell you who wins, which may sound really cheesy? Grassroots football wins. Sunday league football wins. You know, it's the kind of players who are going to be playing that are going to allow us guys to actually talk about this more.
Yeah.
So honestly, I can't wait for it, man. I literally cannot wait.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you for everyone. Yeah. Thank you to Jordan. Thank you to Jamix. Thank you to everyone that's been listening. I salute everyone that supports grassroots football, Sunday league football. I salute everyone that supports SC Dons.
Yeah, sorry again about
Not a problem. And I salute everyone that supports Lambeth. Guys, I will talk to you guys real soon. Have a wonderful day.
Lambeth. You don't know. TR Lee, Gary. You know.